Now, this is where it's getting a little bit tough. Now, this is where the problem comes in. However, Zimbabwe's President Emmerson disagreed. The Africans affected by slavery and colonialism should rather feel grateful for the British. Some British politicians have made comments that are causing anger in Africans. And even you are going to be angry after hearing this. Greetings everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going into a big discussion happening in the UK about reparations for countries affected by colonialism and slavery. There is current rise of both African leaders and Pan-Africans calling for reparation fee. Someone like Julius MALEMA is part of this call. Recently, the president of Ghana Nana Akufo Ado also added his voice strongly on this issue of reparation. And now Zimbabwe is making it a hit. Yes, I said a hit. You will soon agree with me. Just relax. Just make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button and also like the video. This is what Julius MALEMA have to say about this issue of reparation.
Tell them to pay reparations first. Then we can consider paying that. If they have no money to pay, they must pay reparations first. Then we can enter into that debate. All right. So now reparation is nothing less than $5 trillion. That's what you owe us. You're asking money from people you stole from.
After this, Akufo Ado, the president of Ghana, also pulled it out loudly.
And it is time to bring the subject of reparations firmly to the fore. Reparations must be paid for the slave trade.
And then several African leaders have recently called for reparations to address the historical injustices of slavery and colonialism. Among them is Zimbabwe. The president of Zimbabwe, President Emmerson, has been vocal about the need for reparations from Britain, following similar calls from other African leaders, including those in Kenya and Namibia. Zimbabwe president has stressed that these reparations should acknowledge the lasting harm of colonial rule. The Prime Minister of Togo, Victoire Dogbe, also addressed the issue at a recent conference in Ghana, where she discussed how the enduring psychological trauma and economic inequality created by colonialism continue to affect African nations. At the recent Commonwealth Summit, leaders from Ghana, Lesotho, and the Gambia have all publicly supported financial reparations. They all want money to be paid to them, and this is reflecting a growing demand for Britain to take responsibility for the impact of its colonial past. These leaders argue that reparations could help address the ongoing effect of slavery, which includes economic instability, political strife, and cultural erasure that persist in many African nations. Guys, on the other hand, I practically disagree with these leaders, and I will tell you why. Now, UK's Foreign Secretary David Lammy recently visited Nigeria and shared his thought on this particular topic. In the middle of this growing call from Africans, Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs of the United Kingdom, David Lammy, a black puppet. And I'll tell you why I said this is a puppet. He's a white man in black skin. This guy, while visiting Nigeria, he said that reparations don't have to mean cash payment. Instead, he suggested that the UK could help by sharing skills and knowledge to support the countries that were affected by colonialism and slavery. He added that this is especially important during the current cost of living crisis. Now, this is where the problem comes in. However, Zimbabwe's President Emmerson disagreed with David Lammy, and he has called on Britain to pay reparations for harm caused during colonial rule. He mentioned that other countries like Kenya and Namibia have received apologies and compensation, and he believed that it is now Zimbabwe's turn. Now, this is where it's getting a little bit tough. We are now having a debt gratitude controversy. Some British politicians have made comments that are causing anger in Africans, and even you are going to be angry after hearing this. Conservative leader candidate Robert Jenrick disagreed with all Africans who are asking for apology and reparations, and he argued that former colonies, or let me say Africans affected by slavery and colonialism, should rather feel grateful for the British Empire and not to demand reparation or apology. He said the British Empire brought good things like law and order to Africa, and also brought good moral standard through the introduction of Christianity. Guys, these remarks caused fire across, and many people disagree with him, saying his remark ignored the harm caused by colonialism and slavery. Some other people also say that his view undermined the violence and suffering that happened under British rule. His statement also reminds people of past issues like the Windrush scandal, which hurt the relationship between UK and its former colonies. We'll talk about that in my next video, so don't forget to subscribe. The debate about reparations is far from over, guys. While some people want cash in payment, others think reparations should be about things like improving education and infrastructure. The UK is still yet to decide how to respond to this call, and countries like Zimbabwe are calling for more action. Guys, do you think Africans deserve apology or reparation fee? I personally don't agree with them, because asking for reparation fee to me is just like trying to feed on the carcass of our ancestors, because no amount of money can repair the damage caused to Africans through slavery and colonialism. On the political line, I feel like these politicians like Akufo Ado and the rest just want more money in their bank account. And we all know that even if Britain decides to pay reparations fee, no matter the amount, it will never benefit our individual nations. It will end in the bank account of our leaders. But guys, what do you think? Should the UK apologize and pay reparations to Africans, or they should focus on other form of help? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Respect.